How's it going? OZBoy81. So, if you guys checked out my last video I posted, it's a running video of the build I've been working on with my rc4wd drive Trailfinder 2 Mojave. I guess you can call this the rust bucket. I don't know, just kind of a weathered look. It's the front. Get some better lighting for you. Can't really see. There you go. This front grille. Just cleaned up the tires and wheels. Overall, pretty happy of how it came out. A few more things I want to get for it, but try to show you guys that, or explain to you guys that in this video. Try to keep this video pretty short, so I'm gonna go kind of fast. If you guys have any questions, just put them in the comments, and I'll try to get back to you as quick as I can. So I use the rc4wd drive lowering blocks. I use all of them besides the medium ones that you get in the lowering kit. I was going to show you those. I don't have them, or I actually misplaced them. So but yeah, I used pretty much everything that you get in the lowering blocks besides the medium ones. Overall, the first shakedown run went super well. The conditions were wet, muddy, and these Wild Peak Falcons hooked up phenomenal. So we're gonna definitely keep these on here. I also wanted to go with the small, skinnier tire with this build, so I was quite impressed on the performance of these tires. But overall, yeah, still have some issues that I need to work out with the chassis part of it, but yeah, that'll just come later. So I went with the A&M Garage flat skids. In the back, I just have the plastic Mojave bumper. It comes on like most of their Trailfinder 2s. It does have like a little arch that goes on the sides, and I have one right here. This is just held on with like 2 bolts. So I took it off on this build. It's still got the little lip right here. I'll keep that on, but I did order a metal one. The metal one does come with that little arch right there, so I'll probably just grind that off and just repaint it where I grind it off. I'll probably just sand the whole thing down and shoot it with some black paint. That way when it gets scratched and kind of weathers up, because I think they normally come with like a powder coat. Inside still need to work on, or the back of the bed still need to work on getting some scale accessories back there. Need some body clips. This thing has got full LEDs. Still need to add some stuff to the interior. Just more worried about getting it up and running. I do gotta change or adjust the way that the tires sit. They're not fully straight, so that one kind of sits, or that one's straight, and then this one kind of toes out a little bit. So I gotta adjust that. This is the side. I like the height that I got out of it, and just from the bottom of the sliders, we're sitting at like, let's see here, zoom in for you guys a little bit. Just a little under 6 millimeters, and that's from the ground to the bottom of the sliders. And then the bottom of the fender flares, about 11, and about 11. So overall has good ride height. It's not super low, but let me take the body off and I'll show you guys what I got underneath. Still a little bit muddy from the first run. So the shift servo is just a 20 kg off of Amazon, the Hobbywing 1080. The steering servo is, sorry about the shaky camera guys, BETU 35 kg. I did have to raise it up just because I lowered it. 21 turn or 550 21 turn enduro motor. This has got the obviously the 2-speed transmission. Dean's connectors. That one right there is for the lights. Running the Bilstein shocks in the back. I think these are the 80 mils and just the 60 mil rc4wd drive shocks in the front until I order up the Bilstein for the front. I was going to use the A&M Garage shackle reverse, but since I lowered it, it made the rear shackle at a severe angle, so I didn't like the way that was set up, so I just went with the standard with the shackle in the front on here. In the back, I did have to reverse the shackle mount because if you put it the other way, it also puts this at a severe angle, and I kind of like these more up and down. The other way kind of put them at like a severe arch, and they would want to go the opposite way. So I just flipped the mount, and it made it so when you're compressing down, it goes down like that instead of the opposite way. So I did get the A&M Garage anti-wrap bar. In the rear, let's see if I can turn this. In the rear, I'm running the Enduro drive shaft. In the front, I don't remember what this one is, but I did get 2 of these ones, and I'll show you here in a minute. I'm using the Bauhaus high clearance skid. Which gives me quite a bit of ground clearance over the stock one. So if you see in my last video, I didn't really get hung up on the belly, more so just on the axles. That's just my driving, kind of hitting the rocks in the front and stuff, but overall didn't get a whole lot of scratches in the front. Let me flip this around or upside down for you guys. Yeah, not too bad. A little blurry. Yeah, just a little bit of rash, but yeah, so there's the lowering blocks. They don't really give you any instructions on how to do it. It's fairly easy. And there's the rear. I am running one leaf, and that's just the main leaf, front and rear. Just so you guys know. The servo horn is just a low profile one that I picked up, and so gives me quite a bit of down travel. See, that's pretty much bottoming out the shocks right there. It does hit a little bit on the axle with the shift servo, or the servo horn. I could probably raise the servo up just a hair more, and I'll probably do that later on, but for now I'm just gonna leave it as is. There's the back. Yeah, pretty good articulation. Galande 2 shock hoops in the front, just so I can run these a little bit taller shocks. Let's see. So rc4wd Drive kind of recommends you using the scale transmission that they have, even the SSD one, because when you lower it, you have issues with your drive shaft. So I couldn't use the stock ones. So if you guys do plan on running this kind of setup, you'll have to have like a smaller drive shaft, because the rc4wd Drive ones, they're just pretty bulky. So you'll definitely rub on the transmission right here. And they also do recommend either the single speed, but I wanted to use the 2-speed. So I do get a little bit of rubbage right here, but it's not too bad. I don't get any underneath here, or excuse me, I do get a little bit on that side. Flop this around so you guys can see. Yeah, just a little bit right there, but that's what happens when you run this transmission and you lower it. I didn't see any lack of performance. I'm not using this for super high speeds, slow and steady. So I'm just gonna run it like that for now. If I start seeing it, doing too much wear on the drive shafts, then I'll probably swap this out to something different. But for now, I'm just gonna leave that in there, just so you guys know I am aware of that. But yeah, it did fine on the first outing, so not really too concerned. Like I said, so see that wheel is straight, and then this one kind of goes out, so definitely need to adjust that. But yeah, so that's pretty much everything that I've done to it so far, and everything that's on it. Really happy with it, how it performed. Did make my own inner fenders. Yeah, the inner fenders are just one of those little single mill lasagna things that you get in the frozen aisle, just a little plastic thing that comes with it. So just hacked it up and made my own. Saved me a few bucks. You can't really tell once the body's on there. So yeah, so this is the drive shafts that I got on the rear right now. This is one that I'm going to put on the front. So I went with 84 to 102 millimeters, and we'll open this one and take a look at it a little up closer. Get it it open. All right, so they give you, yeah, their stickers. I got these on Amazon, so kind of a little slow on shipping, even though it said Prime, but yeah, it is what it is. They give you a little, I don't know, set screws or whatever you call those. But pretty nice and smooth. You can always kind of grease these up a little bit, so they slide a little bit better, but this slides pretty easy. They have like a little brass ball on each end. The pin seems nice and tight in there. You guys can see that. Fairly inexpensive. I know that there's quite a bit of drive shafts out there that are you know, expensive and whatnot. You know, you get what you pay for, but these, I mean, there's like no slop in them. So I'll see how they do over time. If anything, I'll just swap them out. You know, they're pretty inexpensive. This truck is going to be running on 2 and 3S, so I'm not super hard on my trucks, but it does have 2 speeds, so it does get up and move. But yeah, I wanted to try these. I actually haven't tried their more scale drive shafts that they have. They make a couple different ones, so yeah, if you see, these ones on Amazon are actually in the Enduro website. Check them out. I like them. Not sponsored by them. They don't do that, but at least when I asked. But anyways, let's get this body back on. This video is getting longer than I wanted to. I don't want to bore you guys too long. I just kind of wanted to share with you guys kind of what I did to this Trail Finder 2. All right, well, there she is. Hopefully you guys checked out the running video. If you guys haven't, appreciate it if you guys check it out and leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. Oh, one last thing. I did order the rc4wd Drive Mojave 2 front grille. Part number ZB0198. This is a round headlight. You'll also need to order the lenses. So rc4wd Drive Mojave 2 round headlights and marker lights. Part number is ZB0199. I think it was like less than maybe 10 bucks for everything right here. I was gonna put them on here, but I don't know. I might put them on my other Mojave that I have. I'll have to take a look at it and see if I like the way it looks. But if not, I'll just use it for another build later on. But yeah, let me know what you guys think.